Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Shorty Car Mods. Car mods made for me, short, 4-foot tall humans, so that I can reach the pedals and the steering wheel. So we'll begin with number 19 a few weeks ago at local Burger King. Ghost Hunters, Knight Rider. I can't tell in this situation if it's being done as a joke or if it's for real. Like, you never know when it comes to some paranormal stuff if someone's actually taking it real seriously and this is their legitimate ghost hunting car and they've got their camera equipment, they've got their vacuum tube, and they're trying to create their own reality TV show, and they're going to try to pitch it to all the different networks, and this is going to be the car that they use. Hopefully when they get the show deal, they'll be able to upgrade it, but for now, it's the proof of concept. Totally legit. Business expense at the very least. Vladislav on his way to the racetrack with his new aerodynamic spoiler. That's quite large. I mean, hey, it's on a BMW M car, possibly. I don't actually know if that's an M car or if it could just be like a base 3 Series coupe that has the big wing on it and the M stripes, even though it's not actually an M car. That does happen as well. All I know is that's a big wang, and it probably makes it really difficult to put things into the back of your car. Not much of a grocery getter anymore, although you know what? If you're anything like me, you generally put your groceries in the passenger seat anyway. I'll tell you, dude, having nice bolstery seats, great for groceries. You don't have to worry about them sliding around, falling over, dude. It just hugs them in place. So that's probably what this dude does. He has some deeper caros up there, groceries up in the front. Keep them safe. Don't slosh around. It's the way to go. Introducing the unicorn exhaust. I, too, like to have the aesthetic of my car looking like it was impaled by Thor the car mechanic as he made landing down from Asgard's mechanic shop where they fix what's the thing that the bridge that they use, the Bifrost. That's what they fix, the Bifrost. It's actually just a really fast car is what that is. And it just boom, impaled right through the hood. Still functional though, just slotted right into the exhaust there, and definitely not something you'd ever get pulled over for. Police would be like, oh, that's great. It's more efficient this way. You get better miles. It doesn't matter that you're completely obstructing your vision or anything like that, and that it's a hazard to just break off and impale somebody else's car, because it'll probably just land in the right spot and it'll be fine. Both shorty and awesome. Dedication level 100. This just honestly makes me want to eat Reese's, and I think I've said it before for posts on here, but my dude, if you're not being paid by Reese's for doing this, you're really selling yourself short. Try to calculate how many miles you drive, try to get some sort of sense of how many cars you pass on a daily basis, figure out how many impressions that is, because I'll tell you right now, looking at this thing, I want to go out and buy Reese's. And this video is not sponsored, even if it should be, because I want Reese's now, because it's so tasty. Peanut butter and chocolate, there is no better combination, basically. So, anyway, put all that, calculate it together, go look up average, CPMs for ads out there. You could be making a few grand a month on that, dude. At the very least, they should be covering your gas. Dude, get on it. And the award for best paint goes to... That's kind of sad, because it's actually a fairly nice car. And you're just like, you know what, needs a new paint job, let's just whip out the spray paint. It can't be that hard, right? I mean, you ever watch Pimp My Ride, dude? They just, that clean room can't be all that important. The fancy metallic spray bottles with the hose going into the paint supply, it can't be that big of a deal. Yeah, dude, let's just go to Home Depot, get that spray paint, dude, spray paint it up, easy, in the garage. I don't know why more people don't do this. I'm kind of starting to realize why more people don't do this. Oh God, I should have just left the paint the way it was. I'm too far in now. Guess I have to complete the car. Let's add some fake vents on the hood just to try to distract. Found this Jeep in a parking lot. Obviously a gamer, okay? You gotta have lights. It's very important to have lights. Can I just say, I've thought about, what if somebody started a gaming company, but it wasn't that everything needed lights? What if we had like gaming equipment, but it was just like kind of regular stuff. I don't know why everything in gaming has to be multicolored rainbow lights. Maybe I'm in the minority here. Maybe you're watching this like, wow, dude, that's blasphemous. Okay, lights are amazing. And I'm like, yeah, when tastefully executed, they can be, but this is gaming PC lights, okay? You're driving a gaming PC. Lamborghini Garbago. Yeah, you tried. I'd still look, be like, huh, hey, I wonder what that started off life as. I feel like it could be, you could improve it like dramatically if you just got rid of the chrome razor wheels. You just got rid of those and you put something a little bit less gaudy. It could really improve the aesthetic, like a whole bunch. And then the hips in the back, like, don't get me wrong, I like some big hips on there, but these are a little excessive, a little bit too much of an angle there. But it's chill. Just the wheels are a bit much. Well, does it? I don't believe that's the kind of light that's supposed to go in the front of your car. I also don't believe that's very rainproof. I believe that could probably, short circuit, or you hit that and it's just like you get mercury splattered all over the place. I don't think that's how the mercury actually works in those. But anyway, this seems like more trouble than it would actually. You just go to an AutoZone and, get a car bulb. Unless this was just like at a body shop or a salvage yard, and they're like, wouldn't it be funny to take a photo just screwing in a light bulb into the car, like a house light bulb? It'll be funny. It'll just take a photo, and then people will think we're serious, and they'll get mad, and they'll be like, oh, what an idiot, even though it's just taken at a salvage yard. Shaggy's got to pay the bills somehow. The meth machine. The demonetizable substance machine. That looks like rabies. I don't think you can catch rabies from demonetizable substances. I believe you catch rabies from being bitten by an animal that has rabies. Rabies is very bad news. You don't want that. I think rabies is actually one of the most fatal things you can contract. So you don't. If you're selling your substance by marketing it with rabies, I'm going to be very concerned. I wouldn't want it anyway, but now I like double dog don't want it. I really don't. To be honest, I'm impressed. I hope that it makes a beautiful, beautiful symphony of noises when you drive it. Also seems like a bit of a concern that, if you take a driveway at too much of an incline, it's not the front you have to worry about, it's the back you have to worry about. Dude, I hope they have like a keyboard inside in their like center console or something, and they can choose which valve they're opening. And so as they drive down the road, they can choose the output, and they'll all exit with different frequencies, and they can play a song as they're driving down the road using their exhaust. Oh, that'd be amazing, dude. See, this picture needs to be a video, really. We're really missing out. Sick AMG, bro. I am always a big fan of AMG badges on cars that aren't AMGs. For some reason, that seems to happen more often than M badges on cars that aren't M cars. And I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm missing something with Mercedes, but I've had a couple of AMGs, and I haven't seen the option on non-AMG cars just to be like, hey, just put an AMG badge on it. You just do that real quick, just because they think it looks cool. But I see like it'll be like S550 AMG, and I'm like, if you're gonna put the AMG back, wouldn't you want it to be like the AMG model? It doesn't work if it's an S550, because that's not an AMG. That's just S-Class. It's still a nice car, but it's not the AMG. Why would you put the AMG badge on that when it's just like it just doesn't go there? But anyway, also they should go on the other side. I don't know how they got that part wrong. They not only installed it on the wrong car, but they put the badge on wrong. Saw this monster right as I was turning. Speaking of AMGs, that's all this needs is an AMG badge. And see, it would be R350, but it would be an AMG at the same time. Now, if this was was it the R55 or the R63? I think it was the R63. That's an actual unicorn, dude. If you ever see an R63, take a picture of it, because I think they sold like a couple hundred of them. They're literally rarer than a LaFerrari. Okay? Take a picture, You know, put that in the archives because those are rare. I've seen them like once or twice, and you see a lot of nice cars in LA. Those are rarer than nice cars. This, if you saw an R63 donked, oh my God, that would be actual literal unicorn, single one in the world. I can't believe they didn't get the R63. They should have, dude. They should have made irresponsible financial decisions. Maybe it was like, you either get the R63 or we can buy the R350 and donk it out. Let's donk it out, dude. One shot, the car will disintegrate. Huh. I'm confused. I think that Galpin in their car collection, they have one of those, and I've opened the door before. I haven't actually sat in it, but it's a really cool little thing. You actually enter through the front right there. And I forget, there's something to do with it's like a weird movable steering column because of the door having to open. And why would you do that? Like, why? I was just, like, that's a really cool old little car. Why did you mount a machine gun in it? I'm sad that this, like, okay, for a car that's not kind of a really old, cool collectible, but this is kind of sad. Like, I don't know, whatever. Maybe the owner has had it for like 50,000 years. He's like, it doesn't even run anymore. I'm not even going to be bothered to fix it. I'll just put a machine gun in it. Because that's what you do when your car doesn't run, is you put a machine gun in it. It's the only answer. The all-new Toyota M3. We seem to have a lot of badge swapping this month here on the sub. I do love me a fast Prius. At least they didn't get the motion on the other side of the 3 incorrectly. I really don't think they're trying to pass anything off, pull one over on you. I think they did it as a joke, probably. Kind of like the cool Prius nobody bumper stickers that exist. And I've seen once on a car, and it's the one Prius that I was like, you know what, that's okay. All right, that's chill. You're self-aware enough that you're probably also not like an absolutely terrible driver. Not that everyone who drives a Prius is a terrible driver, but there's a disproportionate amount, I think, that are subpar just because I think it's the car's fault. Really come to that conclusion. I think that the car just makes you so complacent because you have no connection to it whatsoever. It's the most disconnected driving experience ever. And you're just like, I don't care about driving anymore. That's 100% on backwards. Okay. Does putting a wing on upside down will create lift? Will putting it on backwards create lift? Because the mechanic is obviously that air is moving faster on the bottom and slower on the top, the inverse of an airplane wing, thus creating lower pressure on the bottom, which gets pushed down. But I don't know if mounting it backwards causes that to work differently versus if you go upside down, it's now an airplane wing, so you don't want that. But mounting backwards, it might just be that it will screw up the angle of attack. And maybe it does screw up the pressure differential a little bit. I actually don't know exactly, but it definitely is catching air this way versus pushing down. So that's probably kind of a critical part of the whole mechanism. Why you don't see spoilers usually angled in this direction like a parachute. It's not usually what you want. But yeah, that's the wrong way. I feel like it's an innocent mistake though, because the supports definitely look like they should be going that way, but the wing is like opposite. So it's a very weird wing. Like it wasn't made to be mounted in this particular situation, or it's just weirdly made all around. I don't know. The whole thing seems like a mistake. It's a Jeep thing, you wouldn't understand. It looks awfully clean for the light bar. Honestly, you see this on a pretty decent amount of like G-Wagons and Jeeps. Not a massive amount, but enough that you're like, oh, there's another light bar. I doubt that it gets utilized very often. I think it's more for looks, honestly. But that's chill, the well-placed light bar kind of above your windshield can look pretty cool and off-roady. This seems to be more vision blocking. So I'd kind of I'd kind of question why you'd do that. Cybertruck, 1983. It's kind of cool, but it fits in the time period, right? The Cybertruck to me is just, I don't know, it seems out of place. It's fine. You know what, honestly, I see why they did it, and it's getting 200,000 plus sales now, so it's a mega hit. Unless people put in fake deposits, which I doubt. It's like a mega hit. I don't know if that's more than the Model 3 deposits were coming in, but that would be crazy. But anyway, it's like, you look at this picture and you're like, oh, that's very 80s. The weird thing is, we're screwing up the timeline with the Cybertruck. You're gonna look at photos of the Cybertruck and you'll be like, that's 2020s. We've come full circle. I guess every 40 years you come full circle. But it'll be indistinguishable between the 20s and the 80s, apparently. Shorty or useful? Yeah, I don't know. If it's not in the way of anything, it seems like it's probably an easy way to get your old oil out, right? Yeah. Cool, I guess. Jesus Lives, the top for the last month. Jesus Lives, found inside a real potato. You still don't want to knock it, okay? Because we don't get into religion and politics here on the channel. But I just feel like, you know what? Even if you saw what you consider to be a sign inside of a vegetable, maybe, I don't know, like, just putting it on your car and blocking your rear visibility is kind of a weird way to play it. That's all I'm trying to say, is like, you're free to believe what you want to believe, but you should still be able to see out of the back of your car. It's an important part of things. Again, but you believe what you want to believe, but also you should probably think about, like, how are other people possibly going to, interpret the phrase found inside a real potato? That's all I'm trying to say, okay? I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings here. I'm trying to play this nice and just offer, some reasonable advice on the whole situation, which is that potatoes obscuring your windshield is maybe not the best, okay? But cool. That's it for the last Shorty car mods. I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to like if you like. Check out the playlist if you want to catch more Shorty car mods, and we'll end it there. I will see you next time.